54-51. That was the final score. You remember this game. Rams versus the Chiefs. It was week 11, 2018. It was a Monday Night Football game. It's what we're going to be watching tonight on ESPN because we're playing back some of the greatest Monday night games ever. And there's a debate whether this is the greatest regular season NFL game ever, which I laugh at because I don't remember any game from a regular season a week after it happens. But Mina, comments make the argument for or against this Rams-Chiefs game is the greatest regular season game in NFL history.
I don't know about the greatest game necessarily, but it was being argued at the time as though it was a game that was changing football forever, right? After that, there was a discussion, oh, wow, are we entering a new age of offense? It's just unlimited scoring and passing, and this is the NFL now, and every team's going to have to get on board. And then defenses adjusted, in particular to the Rams, beginning with, the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And you saw, offense come back down again. I think it shows you how over the long term, these trends, they go in cycles and defensive coaches are good too. And maybe we shouldn't overreact to just one game going forward.
Well, that was a lot of words without a real answer there. Was it the most watchable game ever, Mina? That's what I'm asking. 54-51. Are you watching it tonight? I know you are.
I will watch it. I don't know if it was the most watchable, but it's definitely top 10.
Israel Gutierrez.
To me, this kind of ushered in whatever we're calling the current NFL, right? Because for a few years before that, it was tough to watch. Like, I remember my Sundays, and I'm just like, man, 3 yards, incompletion. It just wasn't amazing, right? And I
were you in the 1970s? What are you talking about?
How old are you?
Go back a few years.
Peyton Manning's thrown 55 touchdowns. Tom Brady's thrown. What are you talking about?
Well, there was a 3 or 4 year stretch there, Tony, where football was just not great. It wasn't, and it had gotten to the high point, I thought, or the low point, just before let's say the 2018 season. And I understand defense adjusted, but just knowing that teams were capable of this, even with a guy Jared Goff, who we didn't even know if he was a good quarterback or not, and here he was leading this team in this great offense.
Okay.
And
who thinks Israel's been watching too many Dolphins games, and that's where he's clouding his. All right, now I turn to Frank, who's been watching the Jets and Giants for forever. Exactly. This probably was like manna falling from heaven. Go ahead.
Didn't Patrick Mahomes play in that game?
Yes.
I think that's when we're all sitting back thinking, you know what? This guy at some point is going to win Super Bowls sooner than later, and that's exactly what happened. So for me, it was more of his coming out party. Regular season game that sticks out in my mind, though, and Izzy would know this because he's been watching football since the 40s, apparently. The Miami Dolphins winning that Monday night game against the great Chicago Bears team trying to become undefeated. That one sticks out, and this one's up there too.
Yeah, the stakes were high in that one. This game, if you remember, was supposed to be in Mexico City, but there was questions about the field and the air quality, and then the NFL was like, yeah, we'll take this one back our way because you knew this game was going to be bonkers going in. That's what's great about it. Do you know this had, I believe, the highest over-under posted in advance of this game? Maybe for the season, but maybe in recent history, maybe ever. And it beat it by 41.5 points. I mean, that's how absurd this game was. And one other thing about this game, this is what I know. The Booger Mobile. Yeah. That elevates it. That elevates it to a new level. Okay, so I got no answer from Mina, or she gave it in the top 10. Thank you very much for nothing. And Israel Gutierrez was watching football with Red Green.
You young kids just don't know.
Bronco Nagurski.
And Frank had it as his number 2. I guess we're going to be watching it tonight when we're not watching Tiger King or whatever we're doing. All right, thanks, guys. Around the hall, Mina, Israel, Frank, don't be strangers.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.